Hello students, welcome to my channel Practice with Dhruvan. In this video guys, we are beginning with a very nice and important chapter from the 10th ICSE Mathematics syllabus. The chapter is Measures of Central Tendency Statistics. Now it is important from the board point of view because in the 10th ICSE boards, well, before I disclose how many marks it comes for, let us quickly go and take the overview of this chapter. So here I am beginning with the overview of this chapter. We will understand what are the different types of questions, and guys, this chapter has the highest weightage. You will see why. So first of all guys, here on the screen, the name of the chapter is Measures of Central Tendency. There are three parts of this chapter. The first part is mean, the second part is median, and the third part is mode. Now mean, we have to find mean for three types of data. The first is raw data, second is ungrouped data, and third is group data. I hope you guys know what is raw, ungrouped, and grouped. Here I have taken some examples. So this is the example for raw data, which is simply some numbers. So let's say if I say that height of some students of your class are given as follows. So this is raw data. It is simply some numbers. Next is ungrouped data. Ungrouped data is a tabular arrangement of data but without class intervals. So here this is an example for ungrouped data which is without class intervals. And group data is again tabular arrangement but with class intervals. So this is one example. It is grouped data with class intervals. Now here guys, to find mean for grouped data, there are further three methods. The first method is by direct method. Then we'll find it by shortcut method and by step deviation method. Now coming to median, again three types of data: raw data, ungrouped data, and group data. And group data, we will be using ogive for that. I'll explain you what is ogive in detail as we reach that type. Coming to mode, mode is again for raw data, ungrouped data, and grouped data. And group data, we find the mode using histogram. I'm sure students have studied in 9th standard histogram. So you have to use that histogram for finding the mode for grouped data. Now here guys, coming to the weightage, the reason why I was saying that this is one of the most important topics of our syllabus, the weightage here guys is, if you look at this mean, all right, so there are total 4 questions guys. There are total 4 questions which will come in the board exam. Now out of those 4 questions, the first question is mean and grouped data. So from group data, for mean, there are 3 methods. So they will definitely ask one question. So the weightage becomes 3 to 4 marks for this part. Next, for median, grouped data, median, ogive. Guys, in the past 10 years, every year, one question has come of 6 marks. So it's a must. It comes every year. All right. So this question of ogive, we'll see in detail what is ogive, but this question comes every year. All right. And usually it comes in the non-compulsory section. Next, coming to mode. Mode, again, the grouped distribution will be using histogram for that. Now this question guys, it has come 8 times in the past 10 years. And the question is for 4 marks. All right. And so these are 3 questions. And there's one more question which will be asked. The other question is, either in the question, they will either give you raw data or they will give you ungrouped data. Any one of those 2 data. Not both together, any one. Either they will give raw or ungrouped. And in the same question, you have to find mean, median, mode, all the 3. So in one question, it will be a 3-mark question. You have to cover all mean, median, and mode. So these are the 4 questions that are asked every year. And hence the weightage, if you just calculate. So the question of raw or ungrouped data will be 3 marks. The question of ogive is 6. So that is 3 and 6, 9. 9 and 4 for histogram is 13. And 3 to 4 marks for that one question of mean. So that's 16 to 17 marks. It's the highest weightage. Just think about this guys, 16 to 17 marks only from this chapter. You add the internals 19 or 20 marks and boy, you are passed. You know, obviously that's not our target, but if you understand the importance of this chapter, it's that important. All right. So come on guys, we'll begin with the first type. We'll be finding mean for raw data. All right. Now this part, mean for raw data, you guys have done this in 9th standard already. So quickly let us go and revise this and we'll take a sum based on this. So first of all, mean simply means average, arithmetic average. So it means average of some numbers which are presented to you, because we are talking about raw data first of all. So raw data is some numbers. So here let us consider some numbers. Here we have some numbers on the screen. We have to find the mean. So mean is given by a simple formula, sum of all these observations divided by the number of observations. So you have to add all these 4 observations, 5, 10, 15 and 50, and divide by number of observations, which is 4. So here we will get 80 upon 4, that is 20. So the mean simply is 20. So that's it. That's the very simple formula. I'm sure you guys have done this in 9 and I'm sure you remember it also. So we'll take one sum based on this. So here guys is the first question. Find the mean of the following data. So first of all, give the heading mean of raw data. And guys, one thing is for sure, if you're watching my videos, if you're really loving these sums, you have to follow it and you have to solve these sums. All right. I don't really believe in just watching max. Yeah, it's not a movie. All right, that you'll just keep on watching. My video are not movies which will just keep on watching. If you are watching these videos, you have to pause this video. You have to solve this sum. You have to solve every sum. All right. I am here only to guide you guys. All right. I usually give this analogy to my students that I am like a railing. You know what I mean by a railing is when you climb stairs or you come down the stairs, you don't always have to, catch hold of the railing. You don't have to necessarily keep your hand on the railing all the time. But if you falter, if you lose your balance, if you falter, then you catch hold of the railing and you handle yourself. That is what my role is. If you falter with max, if you lose your balance with max, I'm there with you. But that doesn't mean that you'll just watch it like a movie. You have to solve it on your own. Trust me, only then these sessions will help. Otherwise, it's a waste of time and your internet. So come on guys, I want you to pause this video here itself, solve this sum, then we'll check the answer. All right, so I hope guys you have paused this video and you have solved this. So come on, we'll check the answer. So mean is simply addition of all numbers divided by the number of observations. So here addition of all numbers, when you add these numbers, just check this calculation, you should get 609. Divide by number of observations here is 8. You have to divide this. So when you divide this, keep the answer to 2 or 3 decimal places. Here the division ends at 3 decimal places. That is why we have taken it to 3 decimal places. So the answer is 76.125. That's the final answer. Mean of the given data is 76.125. I hope you guys have got this sum. We'll move to the next sum. So here guys, the question is mean of 7 numbers is 63. 6 numbers are given out of 7. We have to find the 7th number. I'll just help you with the initial steps. Then you carry on the calculation part. See, we have to find the 7th number. So let us say that the 7th number is x. So now we'll apply the formula for mean. So mean is given 63. Mean means sum of all these 7 numbers upon the number of observations. So for sum of all these 7 numbers, see, we'll first take the 6 numbers. We'll add those 6 numbers plus the 7th number is x. So plus x upon total number of observations is 7, which is equal to 63. And now you have to solve this equation. So pause this video, solve this equation, find the value of x, and then we'll cross check the answer. So come on guys, go ahead, solve this. All right, I hope guys you have solved this. So here check your answer. You should get 390 plus x is 63 into 7 and 63 into 7 is 441. You subtract 441 by 390, we get the answer 51. So the 7th observation is 51. And with that, we finish the sums based on raw data and finding mean of raw data. So now we'll move to the next type, which is ungrouped data. Now here guys, it's a new type. All right, ungrouped data means a tabular arrangement where the class intervals are not given. So we have the variable x and we have the frequencies f. So here the formula, understand the formula. It's a very simple formula. The formula for mean is also denoted by the symbol x bar, x ke upar ek line. So here the formula is given as sigma fx upon sigma f. Now this might be a new symbol. I'm not sure whether you have seen this earlier. This symbol, I'll draw this for you. It's like E, it looks a little bit like E. So here this symbol is called sigma. This is how we call it, sigma. And this symbol means summation. Summation simply means addition. So here guys, summation of fx. So first we will multiply f with x and then add all the values. So that is called summation fx upon summation f is add all the values of f. That is the formula. So write this formula. I'll explain you how to do this calculation and how to evaluate the mean for ungrouped data. First write this formula. So we'll take a sum based on the same. So here guys, this particular question, now here it is a raw data. So we have to convert it to ungrouped data first. Most of the times in the sums, you will directly get ungrouped data. But if that is not the case, then you have to convert it to ungrouped data. How do you do that? You have to make a table. Now to convert from raw data to ungrouped data, in the table we will write X. X means all the values. Then we will write tally marks. If you remember, we use tally marks for that, and frequency. Then we can count the frequencies F. And then for the formula, we have to calculate Fx. So first, here the tally marks are, see here the values of X, the least value of X, you look, it is 29. So from 29 and the highest over here, so from 29 you go on 34, 35, 36 and so on. The highest over here is 51. The last one is 51. What I want you guys to do is pause this video, fill this table. Fill this table, I mean just find the frequencies. So first find tally marks, cancel each and every value, fill in the tally marks column, and then find the frequencies. And then I'll tell you what is to be done ahead. Go ahead guys, pause this video and solve this further. Find the frequencies. All right, so I hope guys you have found the frequencies. So here check whether your frequencies are right. So the frequencies should be 176751111. So now after doing this, we have to now look at the formula. See, in formula we need Fx. So you have to multiply X with F. So 29 into 1 is 29. 34 into 7 is 238 and so on. You have to multiply all the values of F into X. So pause this video, carry on the calculation. Multiply F with X. All right, I hope guys you have done this. So here you should get 210, 252, 190, 40, 41, 43 and 51. And now it's very simple. You just have to find the formula. You have to apply the formula for which we need summation F. So add all the values of F, you'll get 30, and then add all the values of Fx. So pause the video and find all the values of Fx. So here you should get summation Fx is 1094. And now it's very simple calculation. Mean, write the formula always. Mean is summation Fx upon summation F. So here summation Fx is 1094 upon summation F is 30. Done. You just have to divide, you will get the answer. So here the answer is 36.5. So final answer in words, mean number of pages read daily is 36.5. And with that, we finish the mean for ungrouped data. So that's it for this video guys. In the next video, I'll see you with the next part of the chapter, that is mean for grouped data. Thank you.